What's up, amazing human beings? My name is Luke Stokes. I am one of many contributors to the MorpheusAi project, and I'm very, very excited about it. Today, I want to do a little quick video to show you how you can bridge your tokens from Arbitrum to Base. And so yeah, it's going to get a little technical. It's going to get a little weird. But what I like about this is it demonstrates something that's pretty important in that when you're using stuff in the blockchain space, in the crypto ecosystem, oftentimes you have to rely on other service providers, other websites, other centralized authorities. Like if your dashboard website goes down, the Web 2 tooling you use goes down. What do you do? Well, that's why this is an important example of you can have full control of your tokens by directly accessing the chain through block explorers and tools like that. So this is going to be an example where we're going to dive into actually manually running a transaction, directly engaging with a smart contract. Now, again, we are using the Block Explorer Etherscan, but if you had your own, Electrum or your own tooling, you could actually do this from your own node. So buckle up, here we go. It's going to get technical and hopefully it won't scare you too much. All right, here we go. I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to jump right in. So we're going right to MOR.org. So I'm going to walk you through the whole thing. So MOR.org. Always double check your URLs, make sure you're in the right place. I'm going to click on, let's see, resources, documentation. The documentation is fantastic. It's constantly growing. I definitely recommend checking it out. Let's see, I think it's under here. We go facts and guides, MOR token, mainnet. Here we go. MOR off-bridge guide. So OFT, this is how we're getting tokens between different chains. And these are important addresses to keep track of. If you're working with Morpheus, the token code better be one of these addresses. If not, you are not working with the correct token. Actually, you're probably being scammed. So we're going to be moving from this token address to this token address. And we're going to start here with the Arbitrum to Base instructions. All right, so getting layer 0 fee. It's a two-step process, which explains here. You're going to get the fee, and then you can actually send the transaction. So I'm going to go ahead and open this in a new tab. We're going to go down to function 25, quote, send, and we're going to set up some specific parameters. So again, this is just getting the right fee so that we can process the transaction. I'm going to go ahead and copy this example and throw it into my text editor. And I'm also going to grab the address that I want to send to. Now, this is important. This is going to be on the base network. So if I'm on Ethereum or Arbitrum, you need to add the base network to your MetaMask or whatever tool you're using. I go ahead and copy this. This is going to be my base address that I'm going to be sending to. So I'll just paste that there. And so we've got this going. And so what it says here is you just have to kind of replace this receiver address with the address you have. So what we'll do is, I'm using the keyboard here, but I'm going to copy this, paste it again, copy this address after the X, and just select just this part and paste that in. All right, and just to double check, whoops, I'm going to go ahead and paste that there, and it gives an example here of one right here. Let's just double check I've got it right. So now that's a good way to double check. So those are both the same length, so we're good to go there. And then here, we want to use this tool to figure out how many tokens that we want to transfer. So in this case, let's say you want to transfer 100 Morpheus tokens. That would be the value you want to grab. In our case, for this example, we're just going to transfer one. So it says right here, one, that's the right number of zeros for one Morpheus token. So if I type that in, there we go, one Morpheus token. So now we go back to our text editor, and we're going to replace this with that, and this with that. So now we've got our data ready to go. That's our data. That's good. And then we're going to put in, like it says here, the data, and then the false is the next parameter. So let's copy that. And again, I'm just using keyboard shortcuts, Command-C to copy, Command-Tab to tab between my windows. Highly recommend using keyboard shortcuts. They're very nice. All right, so we got everything all set up. We hit query, and that worked. Excellent. So we copy that. That is going to be our fee that we're going to use in the next step to actually do the bridge. So now we scroll down here. This is the next step. Now we're going to execute the Arbitrum to Base MOR bridge transaction. So we go back to the MOR contract, to the write contract. So that's right here. Scroll up, click over to write contract. And then we're gonna make sure we've got our wallet in the place where we want it. This is gonna be on Arbitrum that has our Morpheus tokens. So close this out, switch over to Arbitrum. And we're gonna switch over to the account that has our Morpheus tokens. And we'll copy that address because we're gonna need it later. Actually, yeah, we'll need it later. So then we go here and say connect to Web3, like MetaMask. Gives you a warning, hey, just be careful. So cautious about that. All right, so now we're connected. And we're going to scroll down to, let's double check which one it said. Scroll down to 11 for send. So there's 11 for send. And the refund address, I'm going to go ahead and paste that in. That's the address that I'm sending from. That's where we're going to refund stuff if things don't work out. All right, so now we're going to convert. Now, this is a little confusing in the documentation, but the send amount isn't the Morpheus that we're sending. That's already done in the data. The send amount is the fee amount. So again, we're going to go and look at this value here. I'm going to go back. You can click this link, or we've already got it open. I'm going to paste that in there. Now, this is the amount we're sending. This is the fee amount. So we're going to go ahead and paste that there. So again, the data we're putting in there is this amount that we're sending as the fee. So we drop that into payable amount. And then the send params is that same group of data that we have here that we use when we calculated what the fee is going to be. So we drop that in there for send params. And then the fee is that response we got from the previous request, but you just put it in a bracket with a comma 0. So we take this guy here, paste it down and put it inside brackets. And then we're going to paste that guy right in there. Now we're going to do it. So we click on, let's double check everything. So we've got our send parameters, we've got this data, we got our fee, double check all the fields, and then hit write to confirm the transaction. Now they say this can take up to 10 minutes. I just did one a little while ago before firing up this video, and it actually happened in less than a minute, which is pretty sweet. So here we go. It's telling us it's going to send a MOR token. It's going to use some fees. Fees on Arbitrum are really low, so we're good with that. And we hit confirm. And then we can go ahead and view that transaction. And look at that, already succeeded. So that's good. The transaction completed. It transferred a MOR token over. So then the next part, what we're going to do is verify that it actually worked. So we click over here, click over to base, click over to the wallet that we did that transfer to on base. And then you can click here and say view on Explorer. So now we click over here and under token transfers, ERC20. We got 11 minutes ago. That's the one I just did a little bit ago. But that's essentially where you're going to see it. It may take a little while, but ultimately under token transfers for the address that you transferred over to, this is where you're going to see it. And this is on basescan.org. And there we go, 7 seconds ago. There's our transaction. So our Morpheus token has been transferred into our wallet. We can verify that also via MetaMask. We click here and click on tokens. Sometimes you have to import it, but there we go. That's our token. It's just imported. And you can also click here and verify that contract address. And so you can see right there, 743, that if we copy that, come back up here, go to the top and search for it, boom, you got the right address. So pretty cool, huh? That is how you can transfer tokens from Arbitrum to Base. And I'll do another video that shows how you can go from Base back to Arbitrum. You can also transfer between Ethereum and Arbitrum, or Ethereum and Base, or Base and Ethereum, or Arbitrum and Ethereum. It's pretty awesome. As we add more and more chains to the Morpheus ecosystem, you're going to be able to have liquidity in any network that you prefer. I think that's freaking exciting. I hope you think it's exciting as well. Thank you so much for watching. Take care.